Hey everyone, welcome back. Do you want to know the secret to the most delicious St. Lucian dishes? Do you want to know how we add flavor, how we develop the flavor profiles to our most famous and delicious St. Lucian dishes? Guys, the secret is out and I'm going to share it with you. And it is green seasoning. Today I'm going to show you how we make this delicious green seasoning paste for our meats, our poultry, our fish, our soups, and let's not forget our bouillons. Guys, do you want to know the secret? Do you want me to show you step by step how we make it in St. Lucia? Get ready, come on, let's go. Okay guys, as you know over here, first things first, let me introduce you to the ingredients we need for your St. Lucian style green seasoning. And guys, of course, you are going to need your green onions or your string onions. And as you can notice, I have quite a bit here. You are also going to need cilantro. If you cannot find cilantro, don't worry about it. You can always make it without the cilantro. But of course, I love the flavor of cilantro, so I have to have it in my green seasoning. Some rosemary, and it smells delicious. Some thyme. Parsley. And of course, you need a lot of garlic. Guys, for the green seasoning, go ahead and use a lot of garlic for that because you may need to use it for your meats, you may need to use it for your fish, name it, poultry, soups, bouillons, whatever you're making. So go ahead and add enough garlic in here. Also, I have here some jalapeno peppers. And I have some pimento peppers, or as we call these in Caribbean or in St. Lucia, we call those seasoning peppers. So these are not hot at all, guys. It just gives a very flavorful flavor to whatever it is you use it in. So it's just kind of like a pepper you use for seasoning stuff, not for heat, but for seasoning. You only use it for the flavor. This is what you use your pimento or your seasoning peppers for flavor, not heat, because there's no heat in here. So I'm using, if you can find Scotch bonnet pepper, go ahead and use a Scotch bonnet pepper, and you'll only need one. I'm going to go ahead and use jalapenos, and in one of my jalapenos, I left the seeds in, as you can see, and the others, I took the seeds out because I want a little heat, but not too much heat, because when I'm cooking, my son also has to eat from whatever it is I cook. So I'm going to pull back on the heat. So I'm going to only leave the seeds in one of my jalapenos. You can also do it with no heat, guys. If you want heat, just go ahead and use half a Scotch bonnet pepper or whole Scotch bonnet pepper, depending on how spicy you like your seasoning paste to be. And of course, you are going to need oil. For this, I'm going to be using olive oil. But if you do not have olive oil, go ahead and use any oil, guys. And that's it, guys. This is all what I use for my green seasoning at home. If you cannot find parsley and you can find celery, go ahead and use that. Over here, I can hardly ever find the celery that we have back home. I can always find celery sticks, but not the celery like the way we have it back home. So I just use cilantro in place of that and my parsley. Normally I make it in my blender, and I know most people have a blender. So I'm going to use my food processor for my green seasoning, for blending my green seasoning today. But as I said, guys, go ahead and use your blender. It does the exact same job. I've used my blender for years and years for my homemade green seasoning. So go ahead and use your blender. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and add my green onions or my chives. And you can also use onions for that, guys. Also, if you do not have green onions, go ahead and use your normal onions. For some reason, I do not like blending my onions. I like to use my onions whole when I'm cooking, so I never blend my onions. The rosemary, I'm just pulling it off the stem. And for the rosemary, you do not need too much, guys. If you guys know, rosemary is a very strong herb. So it's not something that you need a lot of. And I pulled this rosemary from my herb garden out front. Try not to put the stem of my thyme in my food processor, guys. Also, try not to put this stem in your blender. It will really mess up your blade. So just go ahead and pull the leaves off of the stem. And of course, a few little stems will fall in there, but don't worry about it. Just that you do not want too many stems in there, especially those big ones. This will mess up your blade. And don't be shy, guys, with those herbs. Go ahead and put your herbs in here. This is what is going to give your meats, your fish, your poultry, your chicken, whatever it is you're using it in. This is what you are going to use to flavor that. Your soups, your bouillons. So I normally just make a big batch. I put it in a jar and I store it in my refrigerator. And I use it until it's done. Add your parsley in there. Your cilantro, of course. Or garlic. Put some of my pimento peppers or my seasoning peppers. And just go ahead and do this in batches, guys. You do not want to overfill your blender or overfill your food processor. And then you just go ahead and add your oil. And I'm using olive oil. I always like using a good quality oil in my green seasoning. So just go in there and scrape the sides. And that's it, guys. This is what it should look like. Beautiful. It smells so good. Now I'm going to go ahead, place this in a bowl so I can go ahead and process the rest of it. And usually I do not add any water, guys. That might be a question that most people ask. I do not use any water. It's just my olive oil and my herbs. I'm going to go in with the rest of my herbs. Cilantro. I'm going to put my jalapenos in here also, guys. And I'm going to put the rest of my pimento peppers, guys. And you guys have no idea, these pimento peppers came all the way from St. Lucia. I'm going to put some oil. Always go in and scrape the sides, guys, because sometimes the blade doesn't catch all of your herbs, so you have to go in there and scrape it on the side and just help your blade out a little bit over here. Smells amazing. Guys, and this is how easy this is to make. And when you make this at home, you know exactly what is going in your food. There's no preservatives, no additives. Guys, this is all natural. And this is always the way to go if you can help it. So whatever I can do to use as much fresh herbs as possible, I do it. And this is one of the ways I can do that, by making my own green seasoning at home, storing it, and I have it for a few weeks that I can use, especially if you cook a lot like me. I'm always cooking, so this helps me out tremendously. And then I just go ahead and place it in a glass jar. And guys, always save your glass jars. I always save my glass jars, and they come in so handy. You never know when you're going to need a glass jar to store something. When I have my spaghetti sauce or anything that comes in a jar, normally I just take the label off, wash it out, and I save it. So when I make my seasonings or when I make my CMOS, I always have something to store it in. Or sometimes you want to bring some soup or something over to your neighbor or to someone, you can always put it in one of those pretty glass jars. Put a ribbon or bow around it. And give it to them. And this jar was a pickled bits jar, and when I was done eating the bits, I just went ahead, soaked this out, took the label out, washed it out, and I saved it. This one also was from something else. I don't remember exactly. So always go ahead and save your glass jars, guys. If you have your spaghetti sauces, never just throw out your jars. Try to reuse your glass jars, and then again you helping the earth by reusing and recycling your glass jars. And that's it, guys. This is how I make my delicious homemade St. Lucian style green seasoning. And that's it, guys. This is how easy this was to make. It did not take me 10 minutes to make my homemade St. Lucian style green seasoning at home. And guys, it's delicious. It smells delicious, and you are going to save so much money by making your own green seasoning at home and storing it in your fridge. And again, it is so healthy because you know what is in what you're putting in your food. No additives, no preservatives, only herbs and olive oil. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, and share. And for those of you who've subscribed, thank you so much. I see each and every one of you, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And to my new subscribers, I saw a few new subscribers last week. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you helping me grow. And that way I can come back and bring you all the tips, tricks, and show you all what I do at home to make the most delicious, flavorful Caribbean recipes. Until the next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.